Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid, just gone on to Bitcoin. Big good CoinsKid cruise. So we met that target yesterday off that little long opportunity that I'd given you. It was an amazing little trade. You know, when everyone's really bearish, like I said to you, the 5 waves, always look for 5 waves on any time frame. If you can spot it, counter trend it basically, you know, and that's what you do. You counter trade a little retracement, ABC, whatever, and it's an opportunity into key resistance right there. You can identify through EMAs and obviously God candles as well. But something I want to show you, this year I did expect a big push up for crypto especially, and some kind of big melt up when people least expect it. So Nvidia yesterday had a whopping pump, I think over 30%. It just pumped out of nowhere. So this is part of this AI sort of hype at the moment. But year to date, let's take a look at this. 165% this stock is up right now. So I think it hit a $1 trillion capitalization yesterday. You know, it's doing really well, and this could just be part of this big melt up and this big sort of push up that I'm expecting this year. And we're starting to see, you know, it rear its head in these stock prices right here. So let's keep an eye on Bitcoin. I think if we go through this correction, we have this ABC correction that we're going through, we find the bottom of the C wave, which I'm trying my hardest to do for you. If we find that, then boom, we're in a massive wave 3 on the next wave, you know, because we've been in a big wave 2 since November last year. Obviously a big impulse, which we can count 5 waves. We're having this wave 2 pullback in my opinion, and the next wave that comes is a massive monster wave 3. I'm already seeing it rear its head on the S&P 500. I did bring it to your attention the other day, so we're just looking for that. Okay, we're looking for confluence across the board, and right now we're seeing it in Nvidia. So it could be a sign of what's to come. Okay, so again, nothing I say is financial advice, but let's dive into the Bitcoin chart right now. Okay, taking a quick look at the CBBI at the moment, currently sitting at 25, looking for it to get towards the low end of 20. I could be completely wrong obviously, but the minute we take out this local high at 29, that just confirms a continuation of the uptrend for me. So again, it is something you could just potentially wait for, you know, just confirmation of the uptrend like we got there, like we got there, and like we got off this bottom and down here as well. So we're just looking for the continuation. The minute this turns a corner over a longer period of time, comes down, make a series of lower highs, lower lows, then, you know, it's nasty, isn't it? And we're looking at a deeper correction. But at the minute, you know, there's a little bit of confluence lining up in a lot of the altcoins that I'm looking at. I did make a series of videos earlier in the week on VeChain. I think it was Cardano. I am looking at sort of another little drop for those particular coins, and obviously our beloved XRP as well. You know, there's no bias. It is what it is. If we break out, obviously we found the bottom, and if we break down, I just think it's an opportunity. But anyway, let's dive into the Bitcoin chart right now. So looking at Bitcoin on a Friday time frame at the minute, we've got a lovely little 5-wave move down here, and this is why we counter traded it yesterday. Now, if you can find 5 waves in any kind of move, then counter trade it. Really simple in some kind of ABC correction or whatever. It's always an opportunity. Even on the upside, if you see 5 waves like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, look to counter it by going short. If you see it coming down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, look to counter it by going long. Really simple. So how do you identify where you should, you know, put your stop loss and where you should put your level of take profit? Well, like I've always said to you, the God candles give the game away for the resistance retest at least, and then obviously the wick at the bottom gives the game away for the stop loss. Really, that's that simple, you know. So we counter traded loads of these. Just there, we've got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I remember everyone was really bearish down here, but I said to you, put a stop loss down here and counter trade this back up into this leg here because you've melted through the support in the God candle. Really simple. So that was a beautiful long opportunity a few weeks ago for us on Bitcoin. Equally just there, when we came down that initial drop of the A wave, we came down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So at this point, we was putting a stop loss in, and we counter traded this back up. Where? Just here. You see the loss of the God candle just here. Support, drop, came back up, took profit at that point. Now, it's really simple, but you've got to be patient. You've got to apply stop loss when we trade these, okay? So we always find opportunities on the channel, long or short. It doesn't care. Obviously, we've got our macro view, you know, for the upside and to the downside if you lose support. But at the minute, you know, we can trade Bitcoin on a daily basis, and it offers a lot of opportunity to make money in all this noise and chop. So again, you can join Bybit, you can join Mexi. They've both got amazing sign-up bonuses. You can make money on the channel every day. I'll always try and find new trades. Sometimes I do get a little bit, you know, zoomed out. I'll try and zoom in a little bit more, and we'll look for the 5-wave counter trades, which are amazing opportunities, you know, on the uptrend or the downtrend. They're just simply amazing opportunities for Bitcoin. So what am I looking at right now? Well, clearly on the macro, what we've got here, in my opinion, is a simple ABC correction. Now, one thing I can identify immediately off the bat for you going forward is this leg of support just there that will be back tested for Bitcoin. Okay, so I'm not bothered about Bitcoin dropping any further. I think eventually, you know, if you've been buying Bitcoin at these levels, I think we're going to look at that. Why? Because of the God candle breakdown of support. So that level right there has got to be back tested as resistance to me. So if this is a macro A, then the macro B will come up to that level, at least, in the sense that, you know, if it's hard for you to understand, if we've got some kind of macro ABC here, and we've not got some kind of, you know, micro ABC with the third wave to come after we bottom out like this, you know, taking that high out, then what we could have, you know, and it's not perma-bear, whatever, it's just a possibility, we could have some kind of A, and then a B comes up to the orange line, then a C further down the line, and we're just in this sort of 4-year cycle, aren't we, where we've topped out here in an impulsive move. So that is absolutely possible, you know, and in the minute we start to lose the RSI level 50 on the weekly time frame, I think that becomes more likely, and I will alert you to that point if it does happen. But at the minute, what I'm looking for is a simple A, B, C here, where we're falling through the fibs. So you can clearly see the initial push down, we've found support on a 236 fib, okay, in a retracement to where we come from, which is this low, which is really important that we hold this low, because at the moment we've got an impulsive wave here which took out that high, okay, so it's impulsive at the moment. This is corrective coming back. The minute it loses a 1 fib, it's no longer corrective, it becomes a reversal wave with the possibility of becoming impulsive. Really is confusing, I know, and then you break in a trend, but at the minute the trend is to the upside and we are simply correcting. A, B, C correction. So where's the C wave going to go to? You know, I'm trying to find my hardest. I'm trying to find any confluences where I think it will go. But one thing we are doing on the grand scheme of things in this big correction to the 1 fib, which we put in way back there in March, is we are simply retracing to the 1 fib, okay, and what we're doing, we're eventually slowly but surely falling through the fibs here. So if you take a look, what we've got is initial support on the 236, came up, made a lower high. We've got initial support on the 382 coming up, possibly making a lower high, and if we drop again, you're going to find support on the 305 fib at 24642. So that's my next level. If we do lose this support just there at the 382, we start to see Bitcoin losing 26023, then boom, we're down there. Okay, and I think the next level of support is 0.5 fib, where you might possibly see some kind of big boy bounce, and it really is that simple. Okay, so at the minute we're correcting until we're not, you know, and if we do start to roll below that 50 level on the weekly time frame, I did show you that in a recent update for Bitcoin, then it's looking like we've probably got some kind of larger A, B, C correction over a longer period of time, okay, which get quite frustrating and boring, and at that point I'll find you all the targets. But what we're doing right now, we are simply retracing. We've got the A, we've got the B, we've got the C. So usually in the A wave you see 5 waves. So in the A wave at the moment we've got the 5 waves, haven't we? We've got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the B wave 1, 2, 3, some kind of correction back up, and then the C wave looking for 5 waves. So we've possibly got a thrust down, correction, thrust down, correction. Okay, so you know these corrections are really complex. It's really difficult to find exactly where they're going to go to, and then obviously the continuation. But I'm looking for the confirmation of the bottom of the C wave being in, and I think we could get it if we do start to come up, most importantly, and take out this high. We'll absolutely 100% confirm that the bottom's in. But any sort of warning shots of that bottom being in beforehand, I'll obviously alert you. So at the moment, the 5 waves to the downside is one or two things. Okay, it's either the beginning of another move to the downside where it's correction before continuation, or it's the end of the correction basically. And what we've got is some kind of truncation in the C wave. What we've got is basically a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and this is your 5 that's done, because we've got some kind of truncation. So what I'm looking at is a possible scenario that was a 1, some kind of flat 2, and then this is a 3. Okay, so with a 3, what I'm looking at to negate this being the 3 and negate it, the fact that we're looking at a correction coming back up before continuation, is simple. If we start to see that high taken out, it increases the probability that that's the end of the correction. So again, you could kind of sit on your wings and wait for this. If we do start to take that eye out at 27515, I would be definitely looking to long up to this orange line. And again, this is just an opportunity that will arise if we do begin to break out here, and we have found a correction here, and we start to see 5 waves up from this bottom, then it means that this was the bottom of the correction. Okay, and you've got your final 5th wave here, which was some kind of truncation. But what I'm leaning more towards, you know, and there's no bias here, is the fact that I do see that the RSI level needs to come back a little bit more. I think that the CBBI needs to come back a little bit more, and I think we're looking at another little drop on some of the altcoins as well, the likes of XRP, Cardano, I think VeChain as well, looking at another little drop. So, you know, and it'd strike a little bit more fear into the market, wouldn't it? So possibly it's some kind of thought, and right now we are in the final 5th wave, which flushes out down there. And the negation of this at the moment for me would be Bitcoin coming up and taking out 27515. So what we might have here, some kind of A, some kind of B, some kind of C wave back up into this resistance at 27144, and then we have a final little push down towards the 0.5 fib down there at 246 fall too, which will be an opportunity in my opinion. The negation of that particular scenario is Bitcoin busting a move above 27515. So I'm away on holiday for a week from tomorrow in Turkey. I will try and get updates out to you as best I can, but I wish everyone the most luck. Stay tuned and I'll keep you updated on Twitter as best I can, but at the minute Bitcoin is very, very choppy, isn't it? Take care everyone. Back soon with an update on Bitcoin. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Bye bye.